All right, y'all. Tonight, it's white whale time. You see, these things have been popping up on Reverb from time to time. They're also available on Goodwill, but I really had trouble pulling the trigger because it seemed like a lot for a little, like a lot for a peewee. You got it?
The Wednesday Night Info Show.
The Epiphone Les Paul Pee-wee.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Rob, this thing's got a humbucking pickup, and you're not a big fan of the humbucking pickups, especially the single humbucking pickup. It doesn't even have a tone knob. All it has is a volume control. Yeah. Les Paul Pee-wee. Rob, it's an Epiphone. It's not even a Gibson. Who knows when they made this thing? Who knows where it was made? Who knows what kind of pickup it has in it? Les Paul Pee-wee. Black, mahogany, tunematic bridge, single humbucking, mahogany, medium C, rosewood, 21 medium jumbo frets, 19-inch scale length, Les Paul Pee-wee, 14-inch radius, flat fretboard. Frets are in really good shape. No fret sprout at all. A Les Paul Pee-wee. The nut doesn't have any tuning issues, although I did have to tune it up to G in order to get it to hold tune. That's something that I can probably solve, right? And if I don't like the way it sounds with the humbucking pickup, I can always swap it out for a P94. I've already got one. I've got a spare one. Low action. The wraparound tune-o-matic holds tune. Output jack doesn't drop the cord. Proper strap buttons. Black gloss finish. Doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on it. It's a little bit of a fingerprint machine, but that's fine. It's an Epiphone Les Paul Pee-wee. It's not the Zakk Wylde version. It does have kind of the vintage closed tuners on it. It's got that degree, I think 18 degree tilt back on the headstock, truss rod cover screwed in. Nice little Epiphone, genuine truss rod in it so you can adjust it. Epiphone Les Paul Pee-wee. Oh, and the tones. You want to hear some? Here's the problem. 10 minutes in. Epiphone Les Paul Pee Wee. The neck thickness knocks me out. So there won't be any mods. There won't be any center stage. There'll be no MGS radio. Epiphone Les Paul Pee Wee. I guess it'll just have to look good on the wall.
But a funny thing happened on my way to my pity party.
All right, so the last time I played this guitar, my hands locked up after about 10 minutes. Without going into the detail, that's just something that happens with certain necks on some guitars. Well, I was talking to a friend of mine about the fact that I was going to have to sell it, and he responded by saying, hey, before you do that, what did you do around the time that you played the guitar? And I started thinking about it, and I had done a lot of lawn work that day. So my hands were already stressed. The inflammation had already set in. So maybe that had something to do with the fact that I couldn't play the guitar as long as I wanted to. So I got up this morning, had myself a nice breakfast, have done nothing of any consequence or note. And so now I'm going to switch this over to the amp microphone and just kind of see how long it goes. The next 12 minutes have been shortened to about 12 seconds. Feel free to insert your joke here. I certainly did. All right, so we've gone over 10 minutes now and have no issues whatsoever. So apparently it was related to what I had done beforehand. And one of the other benefits is I came up with something. Well, it'll work its way out. So now that we've got that worked out and we know that I can keep it and we know that I can play it, and since it's still wearing its original strings and hasn't been through a setup yet, see if you can guess what needs to happen next.
Goodbye, Mr. Humbucking. I hope you enjoy your new home.
So is anybody Surprised by this at all? Pee-wee's mini adventure will continue at center stage.